Good afternoon, Mr. Saiful Alam. Before I start, I want to introduce myself. My name is Firdos. I'm a fourth semester student at Centennial College, and I'm going to complete my program this month, 22nd of April. I'm also a placement student in Muslim Children Aid and Support Services, AMCAS. As I know, you have been working in the city of Toronto. You are a registered social worker, a clinical psychologist, and a social worker at Canadian Mental Health Association, Durham. You had been a research intervention associate at Ryerson University. For today, I have a few questions this time about your work profile. I'm taking this interview to enhance my career skill, and it is a part of my assignment for the field seminar course. Thank you for attending the Zoom meeting. So my first question for you is, what are your main responsibilities as a social worker?
Thank you. First, I would like to thank you, especially because inviting me. I know this is a new field for some of the people, especially like immigrant people. I'm a social worker. I'm a registered social worker. And as you said, I'm currently working at City of Toronto Employment and Social Services Office as a caseworker. Some people say social welfare, some people say Ontario Works. So I am a caseworker for Ontario Works. I support people who are having difficulties, or mainly financial, but we support in three ways. We support for financial, we support for social support, we support for employment support. So people who are going through a transitional life things, they need some support from government. So they come to us and we sit with them, we talk with them, we assess their situation. We, based on the assessment, we provide the resources, we provide them support, whatever is applicable to them. So it's very tough job, because when you work in this field, you will listen so many like sad stories, because those people are vulnerable. Those people came to Ontario Works because they are having or going through some life challenges, or maybe they are new to Canada, or they are refugee claimant, or they are having some transitional period of their life. So yes, I have to listen to them, and then I have to provide them the resources. I have to, definitely there is a financial benefit as well, and I have to guide them to find a alternative option for employments, or like any other, like if the person wants to study, then yeah, I support, I provide the resources, I connect with some of the resources. Yeah, that's my job every day.
Yeah, true. You were performing a lot of works daily. So what is a typical day or a week like for you? Like, how do you start your job every day and the middle of the day, and how do you end up the day?
So technically, it's Ontario Works. We have around, in my caseload, around 100 clients. But when there is a family member, so we have to count in total around 200 people we have to support. So we receive so many phone calls now. Most of the time, right now, we are going through a hybrid model. So we are working from home also 15 days, and then another 15 days we are going to office. So what is happening now? We're receiving so many phone calls regarding their crisis, or they need this support. So especially in the morning, we have to sit down, we have to change our voicemail, we have to do that every morning. And then there is some documents come to us, we have to see regarding their benefit they are requesting for. So some of the benefit they are asking for, transportation benefit, they are asking for, a special diet. They are asking for, a social benefit. They are performing or attending some program. They are asking some money for that. And beside the big two, one is shelter and basic needs. So we have to see the documents when they call, and our responsibility is to return the call back within 24 hours. So we have to return the call. We have to check the email. So, and then every day there are some kind of, we call it SPR, service plan review. So what is service plan review mean? We have to follow up with them, because when people come to Ontario Work, they have a responsibility to engage with something either maybe job or education, because this is the money government is giving them, so that they come up with this transition and find work or some meaningful activities. So every day we have to follow up with them. So we have an appointment, like 3 or 4 appointment every day, to check how far they are, what if they are unable to go ahead, what is the barriers they are facing, and is there anything we can provide. So we have to do the kind of a service plan review with them. So if I have 3 or 4 or 2, it depends. Every day is usually 3 or 4 service plan review. It takes around 1 hour to talk, and then we have to do definitely reporting. So and every day we have so many phone calls, and also so many documents we receive. We have to follow all the institutional, like our organization policy, Ontario Works policy, we have Mental Health Act. So we have to consider everything. So it requires a lot of time to follow up. And we do also, when someone came to Ontario Works, they apply online, or they go to application center, or there is the online portion now. But after that, they come to us, a local office. So we have to do also initial interview with them. Again, the purpose of this initial interview to see what kind of support they need, and how what's their condition are, like totally to assess their situation, and based on that we provide support.
That's wonderful. But you have to engage with the client in a full version of your time, and then you assess everything, and then you have to decide what service or what assistance he might need, right? So yes. Yeah. So what do you like most about your work?
So technically, people who are in social assistance, again, I told you they're very vulnerable people, and they're going through some transitional time. So when they inform us that they found a job, or they want to go withdraw from Ontario Works, that's sometimes we feel sad. Okay, they are going, oh, I had a good relation, I was talking every day, or we are working together for 3 or 4 months or 1 year, even some people 2 years, 3 years, but suddenly, or after in some hard work they are doing right now, say they found a job, and when they're telling us, okay, I have a job now, so please, I'm getting this. So that time, this is the best part of our life. We say, okay, there are some benefit also if they found a job. So this is the great thing. And also, like every day they trust us, that's why they share their share sad stories, or the crisis they are going through. So when I'm able to provide them some resources, or information that this is the place you can go, this is the things you can apply. So I can give you one example. Some of the people, they don't know they can apply for CPP disability. Even though they are eligible, they don't know this information, because they are under 65, they have a health issue now, they cannot go back to work. So technically, if you work and you contributed CPP, now you have a health issue, you are under 65, you are eligible to apply for CPP disability. So when I am informing them, okay, this is the place you can go, you can apply, and they will give you more money than Ontario Works and ODSP. Then they, oh my God, this is, thank you for giving me this information. Or some of the information, about our support, about benefit they are eligible for, like housing, employment, or any other income they are eligible for. So that's the part, when I'm telling them or informing them, provide them the resources, they feel very happy and they thank us. And that's the part, I enjoyed a lot, because I told you I was a clinical psychologist in back home. I was and I did social work here. So my role is to connect with building the trusting relationship with them so that they share. Because first thing we have to keep in mind, without building this trusting relationship, we cannot go anywhere. Like, we will be stuck. So that's the biggest part of our work.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty happy to know about that. It's a kind of counseling as well, because you were taking so many so many tasks about the client. He's not getting in, and sometimes he's unable to find some other things also that are being solved by you at that point. So yeah, so your client must be happy with you as well. So what do you like least about your work?
So I think everything is important, everything, the way they design the program, but sometimes we have to do a lot of reporting, that's important as well. But in terms of client interaction, like so every time we have to keep in mind that we're talking, and at the same time we have to record everything. So it takes a lot of time, lot of lot of time of our work. So I don't say that I don't like it, but it's the thing,
Yeah,
I feel like if you can spend more time with client to provide the support they need,
you'd be
to
more
listen
happy.
to listen their story, and if there is a way to just capture the main thing, not all the details, so it will be easier for us or me to support better, because sometimes listening is a good thing. Listening their stories is a good thing. At the same time, I know reporting is also important, like write down everything, every single thing you were working. But there is so many things you have to do, like you have to report here, you have to do there. So we have to follow a lot of, and then you have to also have a lot of communication with others as well. So I don't say this is the least one, but I would say, yeah, if there is a better way to capture those information, so then caseworker like me could support better to our client.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, sometimes like you're stuck with so many emails, like after when you start the week, uh, it feels like there's so many emails, so many workloads to start with. So, but you cannot help it, right? You have
Yeah.
to do it. You have to report it. So what kind of problems do you deal with?
So in
Like,
terms of client facing, or my
no,
problem?
like around your workplace, like you have to report to the supervisor or manager, like you say, because you have to be much details about the
Mhm.
the client interviews. And
So I think
so
biggest thing, we have a huge workload. So that's the thing, because there is so many deadline we have to consider. Because when someone is applying for Ontario Works, when someone is asking for benefit, or let's say they need a medical transportation, or they need a special diet, or they need money for paying the rent for next month, or they need money to survive, for next month. So in this case, we have to go with the deadline, because if we are late, if we are not doing the work properly, they will be the sufferer, right? They will wait for our this money, like small support. They're not getting a huge support, they're just getting minimum support. But this minimum support is sometimes become very important for their life. So I think that deadline, this is the thing we have to work constantly. And then second thing, yes, the bureaucracy we have to follow, because we want to help them as well, like people who are asking for help. We know, we don't have nothing to like, we don't want to keep them, or tell them that no, you are not eligible. We are trying our level best to use the policy and also use our knowledge and experience to support the client. But sometimes there are some limitation. The policy is saying no, you are not entitled. So that time, it's hurt us as well. We want to help, but because of the policy, because of the things, they might not be eligible. So we have to say no. So this is another part we are doing it every day. And then third part, I would say, kind of a social work, kind of a, you have to fight with your values, with organization value, and people who are, because there are a lot of stigma or negative things about people who are receiving social assistance. So one person might have the real problem, one person might making some real problem. So but as us there, not to judge or not to policing what they are doing, we are there to support them. So sometimes we have to follow the policy, and also we have to support the client. And I am, as a caseworker, wanted to help. So to make a kind of adjustment, all of those is tough. So I would say this is the toughest part of our life, of our work, because we have to adjust, like, based on the policy, our values, and the people who are going through these challenges and asking for help.
Okay, yeah, that's very informative about the problems you solve and the daily issues you face. So my next question is, what current issues and trends in the field should I know about?
So I think current trends or issue that is going on. So it's I already mentioned. So especially if you want to work like in this kind of field, you have to be like flexible. That's the big one. Flexibility is the key. And then try to know your own social location, like because judgment will be there, but you have to be minimize it. And third thing, know your power. Sometimes when there is a power imbalance, when you support the client, it's create a difference, it's create a like a barrier for people receiving this support. So as a worker, you are holding some sort of power, but if you try to minimize it, by making them empowered or providing them resources, information, and so that they can make their own decision. So that way you can minimize it, and it will helpful to build up a relation. But this is the thing you have to keep in mind when you work in this field. So in terms of issue, I would say yes, there are some issue because there will be work every day. It's never done. It's never gonna be finished. So you have to make sure that when you come to work this kind of field, to prepare yourself, to know the way you have to organize or manage your caseload, like prioritize, or to do a list, or you have to come up with some sort of like solution. So you have to be prepared for that. And again, here when you will work in this field, you will hear so many sad stories, so many things, and then you could relate with your life, and then you could suffer also, because so you have to kind of differentiate your stories with people you are working with, because when you attach closely, you have to do that in order to be with them or help with them, but at the same time you have to know how you can separate yourself from those sufferings or stories you are listening, you are hearing.
Even the self-care, actually, end of the day,
Yes,
self-care
self-care.
is very important.
Very important, very important.
So, like, before I enter into this field, so what would you recommend to take me to be prepared, and what skills and experience are the most important to you?
So for this kind of field, I think
like I have already obtained my degree from a college. There is one kind of criteria. So what are the other things and skills and experience you would recommend?
so for me, I believe your patience is the good thing, the biggest one. You have to have a patience, and then listening skill is the biggest one also. In our field, I believe if you listen, like 50% will be resolved. If you listen empathetically, then people feel comfortable. They will share with you. They will. It will be, your life will be easier too. And instead of providing them suggestion, you will work with them. So the work you will do is kind of a collaborative work. You are expert in your life. The person you are supporting, they are expert in their life. But your role will be provide them the resources, kind of empowerment, so that end of the day they know what they have to do. Because if you tell them do that, do that, do that, sometimes it does not work like this, because you are not making decision for other people. They will make their own decision. So sometimes they see, oh, it's you making a decision for me instead of me making my decision. So they take it like kind of a negative way. So they don't take it like kind of collaborative way. So that's the main thing. When you work in this kind of field, you have to know your boundary as well. You have to know your social location as well. And then again, you have to prepare yourself that you will work most vulnerable people in the society, right? So you will hear a lot of a negative thing or stigma or comments about those people, or even you. So you have to make sure that your role as a social worker or social service worker to support them, to be with them, help them, but not to judge them again. So this is very difficult job, I know, but again, if you have a dedication, if you want to help people, and if you like, after getting the feedback from people who are getting this support, so that you will inspire you to move forward. So I would say yes, all those things is very, very important, especially if you work in this kind of field, to become kind of a social person instead of corporate person, because this is not a job for corporate kind of a thing. You hold power, somebody will come, you support. No, you have to be socially accepted by your clients, by the society you are working for.
Yeah. So yeah, as you mentioned, interpersonal skills are very important for this job. So do you anticipate any openings coming up?
So yes, Ontario Works, right now I'm working. So recently, I think they are going to hire 250 case worker. That's a big, I think, after many years. And for me, I feel like social service field now, will be the big things for job market for many reasons. for first reason, you might know about baby boomers. So people who fought for World War II, and then this generation come back, and there was a new generation grow up right after that. Those people are now around 65 or 70, 60, that kind of range. So we need people to support them. We need people to replace them, because those people are retiring. So and I can tell you, like every day, I every other day we hear one or two are retiring. So I feel like, yes, there are a lot of prospect for people who are studying in this kind of field, because and then this is growing, right?
Yes,
Because
so many immigrants are coming also, like Ukraine war,
yeah,
Afghan
so
war.
yeah, so many, and if you are a social worker or social service worker, you have so many area of working, right? You have a mental health, the biggest one, and mental health is never ending, right? It's becoming like, and then you have immigration, you have immigration and settlement, you have seniors, you have a lot of area to work. So just you have to keep in mind, keep connect, and keep searching this kind of opportunity, because sometimes it is there, but we don't know. So that's the thing, you have to be building a network. That's very important. And also, I always advise people like you to, like you already said, you are doing volunteering. So I also advise people who are new to Canada. So I also tell them, at least if you connect with any agency once in a month, like once hour for a month, it will give you the strength or enrich your resume and cover letter. Because in the resume and cover letter, you will mention you are working with this agency for this period of time. They will not ask you how many hours you are working, how many day you go there. So they will just see your resume, you are connected with this agency. So this is very, very important as much as possible. Like, and also the second thing I would say, if you get any opportunity to volunteering, try to connect with the client. Do something that is directly connect with the client. Yeah. So that will also help you to get this job. So, and for caseworker, like this kind of things, again, there are a lot of agency also, like non-profit organization, they also have this kind of opportunity. But for City of Toronto caseworker, yes, they hire, like, and I believe they will hire more in coming years.
So can you recommend anyone else here or elsewhere to contact for insights or advice for an internship or job search?
So I know people can do some internship or placement in Ontario Works, but I am not sure how they have to do. I think they have to go through City of Toronto. I think placement, they have hiring phase. I'm not sure 100%, but you have to go through that. I can definitely look for that. And the second thing, there are other area you can work, like because I feel like for coming in this field, I see around us, I see a lot of people came from internal job, internal job posting. So what is internal mean? It mean that you used to work in different field of this organization, like the City of Toronto. So some of them working in the shelter, some of them working in the let's say children services. So it depends. So if you are getting any opportunity in city, and then if there is a hiring, you will get some opportunity as an internal candidate, and then based on your experience, education, and also like work hours, seniority of city, yes, that is a option to come this kind of field, especially caseworker, if you want to be a caseworker.
Okay, so Yeah, that is for all today. It is a much helpful resource for me, for my future career as well, and for my assignment also. So thank you so much, Mr. Saiful Alam, for your kind words and for these wonderful moments shared with me, and your time as well. So I know this is a hard time for everybody. This is a COVID ending period, and so many immigrants are coming, so many workload for people like you, especially in city of Toronto. Uh, yeah, so your recommendation, your suggestions, and your the way you work will inspire me. Thank you once again so much, and once again, happy birthday.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank
And
you.
again, thank you inviting me to share my feelings. Yes, I wanted to do more for my community, and also the people who are coming here doing a very hard job to get a career, any field. So I will be pleased to help if I can anyways. So thank you for inviting me again.
Yeah. So bye bye. Have a wonderful day.
Okay, thank you.